Hello, everyone. Rachel Freeman Sowers here. Welcome. Tonight's topic is going to be on point. If you are a female entrepreneur that has been struggling to create consistent video content, then I would love to have you join me. Let me know where you are joining me from. And if you are a female entrepreneur, make sure to type yes in those comments. Make sure to say hi to me. I want to know where you are joining from. All right. The reason this topic came up, because it is a consistent thing that is a challenge for so many female entrepreneurs that are wanting to put themselves out there to get their business seen and heard and to create income so that they can serve more people. And what I've come across are three things that women, female entrepreneurs, need to free themselves of in order to create consistent video content. Now, I will tell you, it's not learning more tech. It's not buying another course. It's not maybe the things that you think it is. So as all of you know, my name is Rachel Freeman Sowers, and I help female entrepreneurs create massive audience growth and attract their truest fans so that they can take advantage of the services that you or the female entrepreneur is offering. And how I'm so passionate about this topic, because I want to have more female entrepreneurs be seen and heard. This is really a perfect time right now in 2021 to allow yourself this growth and this expansion, because there's no better time than right now. You probably already know, or let me know in the comments, do you already know that video is the number one way that you are able to quickly grow your audience, grow that like, know, and trust factor so you can connect with your audience and then create your ability to serve and your also ability to increase your sales. I believe as a female entrepreneur, the more money that I am able to make, the more people I am able to serve. Now, that may not ring true with some people, and that's okay. But I am on a mission today. And it's so funny, as I typed this title, it's like the three free yourself of these three things. I'm going to get those words mixed up this whole entire time. My brain's moving faster than my mouth. And then I wore my Free Your Soul shirt. I just bought it like 2 days ago. It just is all about freedom today. And it couldn't even be more perfect with just the energy that is going around in the world today. And I want you to be able to create that freedom for yourself and in your business so that you can interact. All right, so let me know in the comments if you are a female entrepreneur that struggles with creating consistent video content. So let me know if that is you. Also, I would love to hear how much video content you're currently creating and what you're using the video content for. So if it's a struggle for you, type yes in the comments. All right, I have you covered now, and we're going to dive right on in because I don't want to take too much time just lollygagging about. All right, so the number one thing one of the things I hear, it's not the number one. I'll have the number one last, so stay tuned for the third one. One of the things I hear the most is a fear of sounding unintelligent. Okay, so a lot of women, this has nothing to do with confidence. This has nothing to do with being intelligent, not knowing what you're talking about. It doesn't have anything to do with that. The fear of sounding unintelligent will be when people or female entrepreneurs are afraid that they're going to say the wrong thing. And this usually doesn't come from a lack of confidence in their business. It usually comes from previous experiences of a lack of confidence in their life. So I don't know what to say. I'm not good with words. What happens if I say the wrong thing? It's on video to stay forever. So this was one of the things that freaked me out when I started doing video, is that if I say these things on video, anyone is going to be able to go back and find it. And what if someone goes back and finds it and says, Rachel, you said this and you're blah, 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 and you're la, la, la. And I was like, that freaks me out. So I had to get over this expectation, this perception that people were going to be unhappy with what I'm saying. And it's not about everyone liking what you say, but it's those people that speak up when they don't like what you say. How many of you have had someone hop on a video with you and they're like, why are you saying this? Or if you haven't had a hater on your videos, then I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I have had them because I make some pretty bold statements on here. So the fear of sounding unintelligent. This can also be about how you have not been able to use your voice in the past. And sometimes maybe people or female entrepreneurs have needed to use their voice in a more aggressive or dominant way in the past. And that maybe not really rings true with them. So they become in a patterned way of being that doesn't allow them to just be totally unapologetic about their authenticity when they're with other people through video or even in person. So as I'm talking about this, I would like to hear, is this something that you've ever worried about when you started doing video? This is an undercover kind of thing that will happen. And it often comes out in, I don't know what to say. Not always, but the majority of the time. And I've given you some other examples of that. All right. So the second one is they have a fear of judgment about how they're going to look on camera. Now, this is not, our culture has taught us what to look for. Our culture has taught us what is beautiful. Our culture has taught us our whole entire lives what we should look like. And if you don't look like that, it is very possible that you will be rejected. You will be pointed out, made fun of, any of those kinds of things. It's happened to me several times in my real life, in my personal life, out in stores or whatever. I could tell you tons of stories. And it also has happened to me online. A judgment of, am I going to look too fat? I don't look like these other people. I don't have long blonde hair, or I don't have that kind of body, or I don't feel that woman feels really confident about herself. And you don't know what that woman is feeling. The only thing you need to know is how you want to feel. So remember, it's not about why you don't feel this way. It's how do I want to feel in my body? How do I want to interact in the world as myself authentically and not worry about what people think I look like? Now, this isn't about, I'm not caring. I don't care. I don't care what people say about me, because sometimes that can be an indicator that there isn't a comfort in your own body because you're trying to reject all of it. But it's also not about listening to what other people are saying. And it's about caring about how you want to be in the world more than what those other people are saying. I had a person tell me today, she said, it sounds kind of vain, but I was really worried about and still worried about how I look on camera. I'm older. I mean, I'm almost 50 now. And it's like, this is just what it is. This is what you get. So that can be something that keeps female entrepreneurs from being consistent on video. And again, these are not always the first things we think about. We think about how, it's not a priority, or how something else takes priority over your video creation. And, or I'm an introvert and I just can't be on video. All of these things are underlying, right? They're underlying, they're underneath the surface, and they come out in different ways. I was talking to a client today and I was like, before, quite some time ago, I would get really nervous. And so I would try and do all of these things. And I even did laundry. And she literally turned the camera and she had a whole bed full of folded laundry. She's like, oh, I totally get that. So there's things that we will distract ourselves because we have these underlying feelings. Let me know if any of this is ringing true with you. Because in my discussions with female entrepreneurs recently, these are the things that came up, but these are really the things that sometimes we don't like to admit to ourselves. And when we can accept all parts of ourselves, when we can see these parts of ourselves, then we experience growth. Then we experience the increase in this internal confidence that doesn't waver. Right after doing 400 recorded and live videos, there are still times I get nervous on video. I'm not going to lie about that. However, I know that every single time I do a video, I'm just doing the best I can. I'm just showing up, giving you some content that is hopefully helpful so that you can create your own video content consistently and reach those people that are truly waiting for you to show up. They're waiting to take advantage of your service, of your product. And if you're not out there, no one knows about it. And the minute you think everyone knows, you need to know some more. You need to give it out there some more. All right, so this is the number one thing I find that is underlying that keeps women from consistently creating video content. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Staying small. Now, people think I am this larger than life personality, which I do have a very large personality. And yet, through my life, there have been times when I have been told to stay small. I have been told to shrink back and let someone else be in the forefront. That maybe I didn't really know what I was talking about, or I was, now the word is gaslighted. So if you've ever been interacting with a person that says it's all your fault and none of it is really your fault, but they say it is, and then they just gaslight you and then they're gone. So there's all of these things that allow us and to tell our brains that it's safe to stay small. And I want to challenge you with this one more than ever. When we do this, we project our beliefs, our energy onto our audience. And it is an energetic exchange when you are with your audience. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Put yes in the comments or thumbs up and hearts. Like, it is an energetic exchange. And when you pull back from your audience, you rob them of the opportunity to take advantage of your services. You're robbing them of a choice. You're withholding information that could potentially allow someone else to experience the best parts of themselves, the best parts of their business, excuse me, the best parts of how they want to be interacting in the world. And for me, that robbing is a number one reason why I keep showing up. It's not about me reaching hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people right now on this live. But what it's about for me is reaching that one. And then she tells another. And then she tells another. And there's a true mini shift in the way you interact by the information that you hear tonight. So it's how we misinterpret our perception and present it in reality, and then convey that energetically. So these are all having an underlying theme. And I'm wondering if any of you can tell me what you see the underlying theme is. So what is the underlying theme here? The underlying themes, and they don't have to be huge. It is just these minuscule little things that we have left over. Like, I've done a lot of healing, but there is still small itty bitty strings of this within me. And every time I work through it, and every time I show up, and every time I dare to be myself, it makes the string thinner. And then all of a sudden it's all the way dissolved. And I don't have a reaction, or I don't really have a fear, or I talk in front of hundreds of people, live even. I'll never forget that time my heel got stuck in the stage. If you're at the Go Red event, yeah, that was fun. Like in the middle, like it was all live. But these are the times when we need to shift our perceptions. So if you're not able to shift these perceptions, if you're not able to shift these beliefs and shift the emotions that are underlying, you will have a resistance to showing up. So maybe now you're saying, okay, Rachel, all this is great. You're telling me of these 3 things. You're telling me about my insecurities, or I still have insecurities. We all still have insecurities. You're not any different than other people or myself. There are still insecurities. But in spite of those things, I choose to believe and act in a different way. Therefore, reprogramming the neurological connections that are in my brain about a certain thing, which is creating video content. All of this has to do with feeling at times not enough, still having insecurities, feeling not worthy all the time, and really allowing ourselves to stay small. So what do you do about it? The first thing that's necessary is creating an awareness. Now, this doesn't always feel good. But I challenge you right now, if you had a pen and a paper, which one of these things do you feel the strongest? And it doesn't even really have to do about video, because it's been a theme, and it's culturally a theme for women. I'm not going to ignore that either. Like I've had some pretty severe religious trauma, and it was about being small, and it was about not having a voice, and it was about being obedient and not standing up for yourself, or, not ever fighting against what you knew to be right, or what I knew to be right. So I was trained that way, and it can all be shifted. Absolutely. So now what do I do? Now what do you do? The first thing is already done. So this is a good thing. You've created an awareness. The second thing is to get a strategy. It's so important to find a strategy that is not a one size fits all, but that is a strategy that plays to your strengths, that plays to your desires, that plays to your way of being in the world. This is so important. I can tell you how to create standout content, but I'm not going to know the exact piece of content that's going to make you stand out. I know that you are going to make it stand out. You are going to make the content stand out. The way you present it, your signature style of video. This is a strategic move. So you need to develop a strategy. The third thing is that you need to find a guide. And I appreciate all of you that are here week after week, or that watch my videos after this live and gather inspiration and keep moving forward in your businesses and lives. Finding the right guide, which I am not the right guide for everyone. So I'm just putting that out there and being real. Finding a guide that is able to take you through these steps. Not just about the technical. Remember, I'm going to say it over and over and over again. Video is not technical for me. Video is emotional. It is how I communicate with people. It's how I let myself and my business be seen so that I can serve more female entrepreneurs. Like, I'm on a mission, and if anyone knows me, I get pretty determined. So I'm literally not stopping this. And I'm going to continue to reach out and offer people the opportunity to have me as their guide. And if you've said in any part of this video or during this live, I want to move through these things and be creating video while I'm at it, because what's really important in the neurological system of our bodies is that we don't just say, let it go or forget about it. We rewire. We have to take one experience and allow ourselves to experience it not being the truth. So it doesn't just work and, just pop on a video. Anyone can pop on a video. That's really true. But what are you wanting from that video? What is your intention from that video? How are you showing up as yourself in that video? How will people know it's your video? These things ring true too, just FYI, whether you're doing a live video or whether you're doing a recorded video. Now, live is a little bit different because you're interacting and you can have some more interaction with your audience. But in a recorded video, you're staring at a camera. And what you need to show up as is someone who can relay these emotions, who can connect with their audience and inspire them to continue their own growth. I had a woman ask me, do you work with women that make course videos? And I said, absolutely. It's a different kind of video. And yet it has the same underlying kind of belief systems, or these three things that people need to free themselves of in order to be totally or more natural on video. I had a woman say to me today, she's like, I had someone watch one of my videos, and this was the last time she did a video. She's like, I haven't done one since. And they told me I was stiff and rigid. And she's like, and I haven't done another video. So how do you want to come across? All right. So the three things that need to happen now that you are gaining that awareness, you're going to gain the awareness, you're going to develop a strategy, and you're going to find a guide. Whether it's me or someone else, it doesn't matter. Just find one that can help you. And here's my call to action to you. If any of this is rung true with you, if you're ready to start putting yourself out there, if you know there is something within you that is saying it is time for me to do this thing, then I would love to have you reach out to me. And you can go to www.rachelfreemansowers.com, and there you can sign up to have a consultation call with me to see if this would be a good fit for your business, to see if you and I would be a good fit. I had someone say to me, well, I don't want to schedule a call because I don't know how much it's going to cost, or I'm afraid I'm going to be talked into something. I'm not going to talk you into anything. I'm offering, and you get to decide what you want to do with that offer. It's not up to me. And I believe that everything happens in the exact right timing. I believe that every person that hires me is the exact right person to hire me, and that we are meant to be working together. That is the true conviction, I guess, of my heart. So I trust and I have faith in the universe or God or whatever people say, but I have trust and faith. And that's how I run my business. So those are those three things. And this is the Visibility with Video Accelerator. This is my 12-week program that helps you attract your audience, develop your signature style of video, which is that strategy that we talked about, and in turn, allow those people to hear about your service or your product and take advantage of that. I'm so excited with the women that I get to work with right now. And if this is nudging at your heart, I would love to have you reach out to me. You can DM me, or you can also email me at rachelfreemansowers@gmail.com. All right. So let me know what you think of tonight's video. And as I say at the end of every single video, make sure to stay true to yourself, be kind to others, and always, always, always honor the wise one that is within you. I hope to see you all next week at the next Rachel Freeman Sowers live show. Talk to you then. Bye.